Hey everyone, this video has two parts. The first half will be spoiler free. Then, starting at this timestamp, we will go into heavy spoilers. Just a heads up, I hope you enjoy the video. I've been waiting so long for this, okay? Carnage on the big screen? Come on! He looks great in the trailer. Yeah, but the runtime? This movie's so short. Are they really gonna be able to fit in a whole story? Look, all I know is that Carnage looks cool, and that's all that matters to me. But you have to acknowledge the fact that this... not listening. Just start the video. The first Venom movie was better than everyone expected. I mean, everyone expected it to be a dumpster fire, so that's not saying a whole lot. But Tom Hardy kills it in this role. Venom at least looked pretty cool. It was overall just a fun movie. But does this sequel disappoint? In my opinion, yeah, kinda. Look, the movie is only an hour and a half long. Size doesn't matter, but it does in this case. When you watch Venom, Let There Be Carnage, you find yourself being taken out of the film by awkward wipes and transitions between scenes. This is because they probably cut whole scenes from the film, knocking down the runtime. This makes the pacing wonky, and the story becomes a tad nonsensical. But how about those fight scenes? They look stunning. When Carnage first comes out of Cletus' cell, and he roars and the entire theater shakes, it's incredible. But does that really make up for a nonsensical plot? Yeah, because what about Godzilla vs. Kong? That story makes almost no sense, but the fight scenes are cool, and it's a good movie. At least that movie was the right length. In that movie, the story was bad, but it was at least intact. Can't you just let me have this? I understand you like the CGI, but that's not what makes a movie a movie. Candles always says story first, everything else later, right? Continue. Okay, now we're getting into spoiler territory. I'll give you a minute to click off the video. Alright, let's get into it. I think the moment the movie lost me is when Eddie separated from Venom. Their relationship is what makes these movies work. And yeah, they definitely had their moments in this one, but there's a huge chunk of the film where they're split. This movie did that thing where the characters split up right before the big battle, but here it was like half of the movie. It really bothered me. Alright, I suppose I can agree with that. Venom is cooler when he's attached to Eddie Brock, and vice versa. They shouldn't have split up. Yes, now you're getting it. So can you leave this review up to the adults, please? We're the same age. And I will say that the movie had a great opening. The fade into the title card, absolutely amazing. It really set the tone, until the tone was destroyed a few minutes later. Overall, the best part of the movie for me was the fight scene at the end, the one in the church. Carnage screams the tagline of the movie, which is usually pretty cringe, but his voice booms so much the entire theater feels like it's gonna come crashing down. I work in a movie theater, and sometimes I'll sneak in and catch that moment, just so I can experience it again and again. So is this movie good or bad? Well, I'll say it's bad. The story comes first, and the story here just wasn't all there. I honestly feel like it would have been better to get a 2-hour movie that had some unnecessary scenes than the hour and a half straightforward thing that we got. But I thought it was great. I mean, watching Carnage destroy the prison was one of the best theater moments of the year. I personally feel like if the effects are cool enough and the fight scenes don't disappoint, the story isn't really that important. Oh my god, you did not just say that. The story is obviously the thing that matters the most. Well, if you weren't so Little Miss Perfect, you could learn to have some fun once in a while. Well, that was a little much. Come on. You're right. I took it too far with that one. I'm sorry. Maybe we'll just have to agree to disagree on this one. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe the movie is neither good or bad. It's just neither. If you go into this movie wanting cool fights, then it's a good movie. But if you want to see a completely fleshed out story, then it's a bad movie. I can live with that. So, Venom Let There Be Carnage isn't exactly what we were all hoping it would be, but at least Carnage was cool. I don't regret seeing it, I just have a lot of fun listening to that Carnage scream towards the end. Yeah, that part was pretty cool. Okay, that's all for this video. Comment below what kind of outfits my avatars should wear next. Also comment what kind of reviews you want to see in the future. We've got a couple theater movies coming out that we are definitely going to review. Go check out my Instagram for the full body sketch of today's new outfit. I think it's pretty cool. I think you'll like it. Follow me over there for more fashion art if you're interested in that. Subscribe to this channel for more scripted movie reviews like this one. Thanks for watching, and thanks for the support on that last Final Space video. It has almost 5,000 views, just blowing that other video out of the water. So Thank you guys so much for that. And to all of my new subs, let me know what you want to see. We'll see you next week. I'm glad we could finally agree on something for once. Yeah, me too. Hey, I've been meaning to ask you, what even is that outfit you're wearing? Not in an offensive way or anything, I'm just curious. Oh well, Waffles made it for me. She thought it would be cool if I was wearing an outfit made of the Venom symbiote and the Carnage symbiote, and then we would fight, and then the Venom symbiote would attach itself to you, and then we could fight for real? Symbiote versus symbiote. But then you realized that we can't animate, and that didn't happen. Yeah, sorry. It would have been cool, but this is okay too. And you know what? There is one part of this movie that we can agree on. What's that? That post-credits scene? Oh, fuck yeah. That scene was legendary. Maybe the best post-credits scene of any movie we've ever seen. Yeah, it was pretty cool.